What is one socially unacceptable fact about yourself? I talk to myself as if people were listening even when I'm alone. I have full-on conversations when I'm alone in the car. I find that it's a good way to get my thoughts in order. I have conversations that I'll never have in person. I'll imagine that I'm arguing with somebody or that I'm on late night with Conan O'Brien talking about my new movie. I'm not an actor. I just love Conan. Sometimes I just pretend that I'm explaining a hobby or something to a friend. Thank goodness cars have Bluetooth capabilities these days. Sometimes at stoplights I'll take breaks in between sentences so that the people in other cars think I'm talking on the phone. When I worked in a human transplant tissue lab, I would talk to the deceased donors to make myself feel better about processing a person who died suddenly hours before. Like, "Hey Mrs. Bird, how are we feeling today?" When she is obviously lying in pieces in a cooler about to be swabbed, irradiated, and transplanted in another human. This is honestly kinda wholesome. Still humanizes the humans who once lived. Gives the deceased a lot of respect. I feel like I'm constantly analyzing how to interact with people. Every conversation I have feels like a performance, and not the real me, like I'm just mimicking other conversations I've read or heard. I feel this way as well. The worst part for me is the post-mortem of dissecting a conversation after it happened, and detailing exactly what I said, and could have said better / in a more meaningful way. I have no ambition to do anything. No dream job or passions either. I'm not depressed by any stretch, but I just would be happy and fine if all I did was lay around all day and live off saved money. However, most people are utterly disgusted by that, so I lie and pretend I have a dream job or that I'm passionate about certain things. I honestly only really do any of those things for money or to pass the time. I don't care about any of them. That's part of why I have so much trouble connecting with people. I so want a girlfriend, but nobody wants a boring dude who doesn't have passions and simply exists. I hate that about myself, but I can't change it. It makes me sad. Being very introverted and avoidant of people doesn't help either. I have never been in an emotionally deep and mutually trusting relationship. I want to be, but I've never met someone who felt the same way. I'm very introverted, and one poor relationship experience left me reeling for the better part of a decade. Same, but instead of the poor experience, I got a mini list that makes up my entire experience. Asked out as a joke, asked out to make someone jealous, asked out by someone who it turned out is gay and was hiding it from his family. Oh, and he went after my brother. I got awkward hugs. Brother got a foot job in class. The only reason I still have hope is that I am still young, so I got time. I daydream way too much. I'm constantly daydreaming. At home, at work, while I'm driving, before I'm sleeping, while I'm eating. I'm always daydreaming. Edit. I was not expecting this to blow up as much as it has. I'm really glad to know that I'm not the only one. I'll try to reply to everyone individually. I do too. Started to wonder if it was an actual disorder of some sort. There is a thing called maladaptive daydreaming, but I don't think I'm that far gone, yet. I've struggled with maladaptive daydreaming, although not too severe, thankfully. Basically, a good place to start is your daydreaming always voluntary? Can you turn it off? People with severe maladaptive daydreaming sometimes are in their heads for hours, preferring their daydream friends / life / characters over reality a lot of the time. Usually starts as a coping mechanism for some unhappiness that slowly turns into the thing preventing you from doing anything to better your situation. I am a grown man who likes to play with action figures, and yes, I do make the noises to pretend they're fighting. It's my hobby, it relaxes me, and yet I rarely tell people because they look at me like I'm a child. Why should we lose our sense of wonder as we grow? There is nothing wrong with this, it's not hurting anyone, and it makes you happy. I have way more stuffies than I should have, and I'm 42. I don't want to work. I just want to live in a grassy field and eat fruit. I like you and the innocence of this. I get you. I'm chronically ill, and the thing I enjoy most is simply sitting in the sun where it's warm and watching the breeze go through trees. I could do this forever, I think. I will do nothing but sleep and eat all day if I could. I'm currently unemployed and basically do that every day. And trust me, it's very easy to stop caring about yourself, stop showering, stop brushing your teeth, thus getting more lazy, not going out anymore because showering seems already like so much effort and sleeping is so much easier, and boom. Depression pit. It's so easy to slip into this, and just a tiny little step each day. There are a lot of days that I feel like useless garbage and that I absolutely suck. I can recommend taking a break from working for 2 months or maybe even 3, but it's not as easy sitting home all day as we imagine it is. I feel like I have no purpose anymore. I can't do groceries by myself, always have to call a homie to come with me. I can do anything publicly, but WTF it is about grocery stores. I need someone to hold my hand or else I am dipping without any groceries. I'm the exact opposite. I do not want to deal with anyone else's terrible grocery shopping etiquette. Get in and get out, as quick as possible. It might sound ridiculous, but I was born a left-handed person. It was unacceptable in our family, and I was forced to eat and write with my right hand. Now I can write with both, but much faster and neater with my right hand. In my dreams, I still write and eat with my left hand. Edit. Additional information. I was born in February 1982. In India. Studied in a Catholic school, a Jesuit school to be precise. So Christian, Italian beliefs? Yes, I started eating with my left hand again as I used my right hand to wash and wipe my rear. Couldn't wash with my left. I've always struggled with sweaty hands and feet since I was a small child. In formal settings, I enjoy the option of wearing opera gloves. People think I'm being fancy. Nah brah, I'm just hiding that I have to shake 9,000 hands at this event tonight, and I don't want to have to keep wiping them on my dress. My hands only sweat when I think about my hands. This includes knowing I'm gonna shake a hand. Reading this made them super sweaty. I don't talk to anyone other than close relative, not even friends. I know people are wondering why. I don't know this person, but I also don't talk to people, and I can at least tell you my reason. I have a horrible little thing called selective mutism. It's a severe anxiety disorder where you freeze out of fear and can't speak. If you're lucky, you might be able to say yes and no. I've had it for 9 years now, and it's barely gotten better. I've had no friends except online in the past 9 years. It usually only affects young children but can affect older kids and even adults. I got it when I was 11. It affects about 1% of people. I can talk just fine with my family, but no one else. It's lovely/SISTG. I can't live like this much longer. I have an incredibly hard time talking to people I don't know. Not only that, but I don't seem to be able to talk properly with people I don't know enough. Words don't come out naturally, and I don't pronounce them correctly, or I say words different to what I meant to say.